I got one. Guys, we actually got one. Oh, what's going on, guys? We're in the van today. We have a fun episode for you guys. We are doing a Euro nymphing versus indicating floating line setup for fly fishing. Now, if you guys don't know, I've got two different rods right here. One is a 3-weight 10'6" Euro nymphing setup. What Euro nymphing is basically you've got a very thin line with a little bit of a sider, which is a colored line. You're going to be casting your line out, holding it up, and basically trying to get a nice tight line and let it follow through the current and see if you can hook up on a fish. Your line will kind of pop down, and that's when you notice hit the hook. The other one is a 9-foot 5-weight with floating line and an indicator or a bobber. And that one you kind of roll cast out there. You've got line that sits on top of the water, and then you've got your bobber, which leads down to your flies, and when a fish eats, that bobber goes down, you set the hook. So two different setups we're going to take to the river. We're going to see which one works better. It should be a lot of fun. Hopefully we get into some fish. Let's get after it. All right, we just pulled up to the river, so excited for this challenge. So we're gonna start with the Euro nymphing rod because it disturbs less of the fish. There's less splashing on the water. So hopefully we'll hit kind of one section doing Euro nymph, and we'll use the same flies with the floating line and the indicator in another spot. So let's throw the waders on and get out there. All right, walking down to the first part of the river. Like I said, Euro nymphing first. Let's see which one's better. I'm at least gonna fish my way in case there is some fish pretty shallow. Just because right now we don't exactly know where they're all sitting. And we slowly work our way into the river, into the deeper and faster current. That looked like a bite. Just the bottom. Nag on a branch. First tree pounder of the day. Really hard to see with this sun in my eye. I got one. First fish of the day. All right. Woo, that's a horn, baby. That's a pretty one too. All right, first fish of the day only took about 7 minutes. That's pretty good. It's actually a cutthroat, which is sick. Lahontan cutthroat that they actually put in this river. So I'm giving him some water. So you can see that he's a cutthroat with the markings, with the orange marking under his jaw right there. So we're gonna let him go. Freaking cool. There you go. Well, that was sick. First one, baby. All right, that took about 7 minutes to hook into. That was pretty awesome. I thought it was snagged and then set the hook and there he was. So let's try to get back out here. Got another one. That's another one, small one. Oh, he's off. All right, well, we hooked him. I felt that guy hit, but he was way small. Still would have been cool though. All right. So that's one hooked, or two hooked, one landed. Another one. Not the same size, but another cutthroat. Holy cow. That was like 3 casts later, you guys. That was crazy. Holy cow. These guys are all skinny. I'm assuming they just got planted, but man, they're pretty. Another cutthroat. You could see under his orange, the orange under him. Send him on his way. There he goes. Sick. 3 hooked, 2 landed. Sick. Gonna work back here again a little bit. Got one. Another small one. See if we could get him up current. This is so fun, dude. I know they're not like giants. Oh, yes. But this is seriously so fun. Another, oh, beautiful fish. Just a little skinny. Come on, buddy, calm down. Beautiful fish. Going back in. Ooh, and he was ready to go. Sick. What is that? 4 hooked? I believe that is now 4 hooked, 3 landed. Pretty freaking awesome. So the indicator I was talking about is my sighter, the line that's colored, and it's so thin. It is like so hard to see because it's pretty cloudy out, but I think that might be helping the fish. We'll give this about another like 15 or 20 minutes, I believe, because I think we started a little after 11 and it's 11:40 now. So we'll give it about 20 more minutes for the full hour, but I'm trying also not to mess up too much of the water by walking in all over this place. I want to give both ways of fishing a equal opportunity to fish. The other good thing is I've caught fish on both of these flies, so that's another good thing, is that they're both working, which is sweet. And what I'm doing here is I'm kind of testing out all the water, but I'm also looking for some structure. I've got polarized lenses where I can see rocks and different structure in the water, so I'm trying to cast to where my flies are in the current, going right by the rocks where the fish will be sitting in front or behind these rocks, holding off and not in faster current right now. But these flies go by and they kind of swim out, eat them, and go back. So that's kind of what I'm looking for here. That's why you see me like that, kind of snag the rocks sometimes. Sometimes the current will just take the fly right into the rock. Down a little bit more. All right, well, give it a good shot. Even though I did fish this a little bit With this rod, I will still give the other rod a shot, just because I can get out to the other side a little better, especially in the slow moving water. It's nice to have two different setups so you can kind of fish two different styles. But get the other rod, rig it up, and get out there. Okay, we will try this spot and see if we have any luck. Guys, we actually got one. We actually got one. I didn't think that was gonna happen. That was awesome. Oh, got a runner. Come on back. Yes, we landed one. Look at that. That was awesome. Flies are already out. This one is beat up a little bit, so we're gonna let her go real quick. But we did catch one. She's bait up on her gills. See you, buddy. All right. That is one on the bobber. All right, awesome. Couple minutes in on this area, and we did catch one. So we caught one on the bobber, but nothing after that. So it's about 12:40, so I spent about 40 to 45 minutes each way fishing. Hooked 4 on the first one, I landed 3, hooked 1 on this one. So we'll give you the final review, obviously, when we get home. All right, guys, we are back home, and I am still in the van. Oh, I wanted to sit down and go over the findings today. So a few different things. The Euro nymphing rod, it caught more fish. And I think that is one because where we are in this season right now, it was obviously summer, it's fall now, so it is getting colder, but we had warm water. And those fish sit typically in that faster current. So the Euro nymphing is a lot easier because you don't have that floating line. You're not trying to mend the line and make it all like nice and straight. You're just setting the flies in the water and you're letting it drift down. So it is a lot easier in the faster current. So they are kind of in the faster current, but not as fast as summer and not as slow as winter. In the winter time, this floating line works a little bit better just because you're not fishing that fast current. And when you're casting your floating line out there, you're not having to mend over all these different ripples and currents. You're kind of using that slow water, so it's a little bit easier. So I figured the Euro nymphing would have a little bit of an advantage, but I did want to see, and it definitely did. So we caught more fish on the Euro setup today, but the floating line, it did work, and we did catch one, and we actually caught it in some pretty fast water. So it's not to say that you can't catch fish in the faster water with the indicator and the floating line, but it's definitely easier on the Euro rod. So overall, I had a lot of fun. It was great to get out there and actually catching some cutthroat. Lahontan cutthroat trout, I'm pretty sure is what we caught today, the strain of cutthroat. That is crazy, because if you guys don't know, we live really close to Pyramid Lake, which is one of the best cutthroat fisheries in the world. These fish get massive. So it actually just opened up in October, so we'll be doing some more episodes out there this year in the winter time. Just kind of waiting for it to get a little bit colder, because that's usually typically when the fishing's a little bit better out there. But anyway, it was cool to catch some cutthroat on the Truckee River. They've been implementing them, I think, over the last couple of years, and to see a couple of them today was cool. That was the first time I've ever caught any of those out there, which they're just really pretty and they're cool. So we'll see what happens with them, if they can grow and get as big as they do in Pyramid Lake in the Truckee. We will see. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a lot of fun. It was great to get back on the river. I haven't been fishing out there in a while, so that was fun. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this. Comment down below if you guys have ideas or what you liked about this episode, and make sure you're subscribed if you are not. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you in the next one.